Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today is April 26, 2013, and today I have a anti-meta side deck video for you guys. The meta right now is really crazy. Mermails are annoying. Really, I think mermails are really powerful. They're very OP, but they can be dealt with. There's a new archetype coming out very soon. Not very soon, it'll be a few months. The Fascinating Fiends. If you don't already know, the Fascinating Fiends is an archetype that is immune to trap holes, and they allow you to activate any kind of trap hole from your hand, except for dark trap hole, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it that much. So, things are going to get pretty crazy. More crazy than they already are now. So, I've been running this anti-meta type side deck for a while, and I found that it works really well. Before, I used to just run a side deck in which I would just put in cards that help my deck that maybe I couldn't put into the deck because I didn't have room. So, let's just go ahead and get straight to the side deck. I know you guys don't want to hear me talking, so we'll just go ahead and get straight to the side deck, and you guys let me know what you think. So first off, we're running two Fossil Dinas. This guy is really awesome. While he's out in the field, neither player can special summon. It's kind of like a Christia, just not as powerful. And when it's flipped face up, it destroys all special summon monsters on the field. So that's really cool. People are going to be special summoning like crazy out there. It's going to be really just chaotic. And this card will just wreck everything. The only thing you would really have to worry about is a Starlight Road. Other than that, very great card. It's a good substitute for Snowman Eaters. Like I said, the only downside is Starlight Road. Other than that, very great card. Next up, we're running two Penguin Soldiers. Penguin Soldiers, really cool. I found that with, first of all, if you don't know what Penguin Soldier does, when it's flipped face up, it can return two monster cards on any two monster cards on the field to the owner's hands. Really cool. Penguin Soldier's neat. I found that with synchro decks, this really just kind of slows them down. It really doesn't stop them. Especially, I know from experience, I run a synchro deck. If you've seen it, my shooting synchron deck, Penguin Soldier really just kind of slows me down. It really doesn't affect synchro decks in really any other way other than slowing them down. However, with Xyz monsters, Penguin Soldier just ruins an Xyz monster's day, especially if it's a high level one, like something that's level 7 or 8, something like a Big Eye or something that it takes forever to summon out, or not takes forever, it just takes a lot of resources to get out. Something really big, and then just to be sent back to the hand by Penguin Soldier, or back to your extra deck and two monsters, 2 or 3 that you used to summon it to the graveyard. It's really just kind of depressing, and unlike with synchro decks, it doesn't slow them down. It just kind of like stops them in its tracks. So Penguin Soldier, really great card, especially for this meta. Next up, we're running one Neospacian Grand Mole. This card is really cool. When it attacks, or when it is attacked by a monster, an opponent's monster, you can return both itself and the opponent's monster to the owner's hand. No battle damage. It's a really annoying card, and once it leaves the field, it's pretty much safe unless your opponent has like card destruction, mind crush, or what have you. So, other than that, it's a really annoying card, really hard to get rid of. So, there we go. This, most people just main. I have it in my side deck because I just don't main it in my actual deck. But I have a Dark Hole. Like I said, most people main it. Destroys all monster cards on the field. Simple as that. Here's something that I don't main deck, but I side, and it's actually really cool. Creature Swap. This card's really cool. I run 3. If I was going to suggest it to somebody, I'd maybe maybe side 1 or 2, not 3. I only side 3 just because I use my Synchron deck a lot. This is really cool with level leaders. Bring it out, swap it for one of my opponent's really good monsters. But yeah, so creature swap, really great card. Basically, if you don't know how it works, you play it, both you and your opponent select a monster on your side of the field. I had level leader, maybe my opponent has a blue eyes and red eyes. Now my opponent gets to give me whatever monster they choose, and so obviously they'll choose the red eyes, but who cares? Now I have a red eyes, and they have a level leader. So that's really cool. Like I said, if I was going to suggest this to people, maybe run 1 or 2. This only works out really well in my deck, that's why I run 3. Good substitutes are cards like Card Destruction, like maybe Heat Wave, other stuff like that. So there we go. Next up, we are running 3 compulsory evacuation device. Like I said, this new Fascinating Fiend archetype. They're immune to trap holes. So the second you see them and you play them, like maybe you win or lose the first round, second round, before you go in there, side these compulsory evacuation device. It's gonna make it a whole lot easier to fight them. Another good substitute would be stuff like Torrential Tribute. That's always a good card to have. Basically, when you activate this card, you can go ahead and bounce any monster on the field back to the owner's hand. Just like with Penguin Soldier, this is really good against Xyz. Send them straight back to the extra deck. The materials go to the graveyard, and it just ruins their day. It can be chained, so like your opponent uses Heavy Storm or Mystical Space Typhoon or something. That's okay. I can still activate its effect anyway. So, really great card to have, especially in this meta. Lastly, to round up the trap cards and the side deck, is something that is really good in this meta, and that is 3 Mind Crushes. Mind Crush, I believe, is pretty much essential for this meta. Not something you should main, but definitely side at least 2 of. There's a lot of search-powered Gold Sarcophagus, Mermails. They can add themselves to their hand. Same with the Dragoons. They discard Atlantean Dragoon. They can add another Atlantean from their deck to their hand. This card works great against 6 Samurais. They go ahead, they play that Sheehan Smoke signal, reinforcements of the army, whatever. They add something to their hand. Basically how Mind Crush works. If you play this card, you activate it, and you guess a card in your opponent's hand. You guess. And if you guess correctly, that card is sent from their hand to the graveyard. So that's really, really cool. And then, what can happen? Otherwise, you randomly discard one card from your hand. But you should be able to play this knowing what's in your opponent's hand. So your opponent would search out for something, add it to their hand. You activate the Mind Crush, get rid of it immediately. Stop whatever they're trying to set up in their trap. So it's just a really awesome card to run in this game. Now, I hate anything anti-meta. I hate anti-meta decks. They're not fun. They're not cool. But this is definitely an anti-meta side deck, and that's fine because, yeah, the meta is pretty broken sometimes. So I can admit that. But don't make a whole deck around anti-meta. That's not cool. But anyway, so this was just my kind of, side deck. Maybe you'll find it helpful. Maybe you won't. Maybe you have better ideas than I do. All I know is I find it very helpful, especially with like the Mind Crushes and stuff. It's just a good way to get around the meta and give you an advantage over something that would be otherwise very OP. So anyway, I hope this helped. Like I said, this is the thejunksynchronhero, signing out. Peace. If you liked my video, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out.